That's the way to do it.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Oculus here for the next like 20 minutes or so. I gotta say, you really, really, really pushed me for probably what, like a year, 2 years to get VR.
That's because I wanted you to see Darth Vader right in your face.
Yeah.
Have you done it yet?
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have.
yeah, you did. You told me that.
I played the first 2 chapters. I haven't played the 3rd chapter yet. I might
Savor
actually.
it.
I may tackle it this weekend. I don't have my other kids. They're actually with their mom down in Florida, so
they're not that long. The chapters.
No, they're not. No, I mean they're not.
Have you gotten spoilers for Vader Immortal? If anybody has played it, but have you gotten that legendary saber yet?
No.
Oh man, it is the most satisfying.
Oh wait, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. So it take like when you turn it on, it sparks and then it goes.
Dude, I love it. I did it like 48 times in a row. I just watch it. I loved it. It was so fun. Like, I mean, cool. The story was fun and everything. Man, like just last weekend, we fired up the Oculuses and I played the Lightsaber Dojo on the 3rd episode, like for like 2 hours straight. Like it's so fun.
Yeah, no, it's the Vader Immortal, again, I just played the first 2 chapters. It's a lot of fun. And I got to say, for being as big of a Star Wars nerd as I am, and how much I as a kid, I always wanted to pick up a lightsaber and have a real lightsaber in my hand. This is probably the closest we'll ever be.
That's true. That. One of the very first things I noticed, and this is just so like, I picked up the Oculus, I turned on the thing, I did all the things. Vader Immortal was one of the first things I did, and I was messaging you and Colton at night, about how my experience was when I got into the Lightsaber Dojo, and you look down, you have your like gloved hands. Mm-hmm. The first thing I did was like, how it's got like the 3D sound. Mm-hmm. I picked up my hand and I like put it near my ear and I like scrunched my gloves and I could hear the leather cracking in my ear. And I'm like, dude, like that is nuts. Like that is so crazy. And it's just, yeah, like it's a Star Wars nerd's wet dream, man. It's like insanity.
Yeah. And you're not wrong. I mean, that moment that Vader walks up to you and he's just, he's right there. And first off, I'm 6 feet tall, and I actually had to look up a bit.
Dude, it's menacing.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, and I actually I jumped a little bit right in the beginning of the first chapter because you kind of you're in your spaceship and you go over and then you're over top of Mustafar, and like when we came out, I kind of looked down and my equilibrium was just way off, and I kind of like had to jump back and like rearrange and like readjust my entire body because I just felt so immersed. I was like, holy shit, like this is insane.
Well, the very first thing they got you going, you're standing over the thing and you look up above you and there's a Star Destroyer coming over you. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Like, where am I right now? And then that scene where you're climbing on the side of Vader's castle and your droid's like, take my hand, and you're like, okay, and you grab the hand and the pipe falls. I'm like, holy fuck. Like I literally hit the ground in my living room, like hit it. I was like, dude, wow. Never played VR before until tonight. Now here I am on my living room floor, like, and then she's like, oh, I'm standing there and there's like one scene and it's in chapter 1, 2, and she's like, we got to go up, and I'm like, well, how the fuck am I gonna do that? I've never done this before. She's like, just climb up the ladder, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I start mimicking climbing up the ladder, and there I go.
Yeah,
and I get to the top, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it's so weird, man. It's good though. It's funny.
It is. Yeah, it's definitely a good time. But I kind of want to discuss the whole Oculus as a whole, or VR as a whole, I should say, and if it's worth it. Because prior to getting the Oculus, prior to talking to you and Colton, and now John over at Spoiler Country actually got an Oculus the other day.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
Dude.
Yeah. But, prior to me getting one, all you people were telling me, get one, you should get one. And to me, I was like, that is not the future of gaming. Like VR has never been like, I never thought that VR could work as well as it's working right now. And that was kind of my big thing. I was always like, augmented reality is the future. That is the future, where you put on some kind of glasses that are see-through, but the room around you will adjust due to cameras or whatever it is. so it feels like you're in that room playing that game. And that's kind of what I thought they were going to do with it, or what was going to be the future of gaming. And that has kind of taken a back seat. VR has really just jumped ahead way past that. And it's shocking. I can't believe how good it is.
And let me just say this. And I know, I mean, you probably would have told me, I'm assuming, but I know you haven't even scraped the atmosphere and what you can do. I've done some mind-blowing stuff in VR, man. Like I've done a lot. I mean, I've got a full-fledged gaming PC here. I can hook the Oculus up to it. I can use Steam games. There's hundreds of experiences that you can do for free, for not for free, whatever you can do. Like, and some of the most mind-blowing things I've done have been nothing. Like they've been $0. And I'm like, wow, like this is, it floored me. I mean, one thing is on Steam, it's completely free. I can't remember. It's called The Lab. Dude, it's got some of the best graphics I've seen in anything. You know what I mean? You just load it up and you just start playing it. And you're just like, how is this even possible? And I live the memories like I've been there. You know what I mean? Like during the pandemic, during the quarantine, like I still worked in everything, but like I didn't go anywhere because everything was closed. But I didn't feel like I didn't go anywhere because I played a lot of VR. I mean, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners has my respect in the terms of Walking Dead. That game is amazing. I mean, it's mind-blowing. You're in a full-blown Louisiana. Like, it's crazy, like, what that game achieved and what these other games... And it's just on a standalone headset. And at the time, when I played Saints and Sinners, it wasn't on the Quest native. It was on Oculus for
Rift.
He was on Rift, yes. You have to download it on the computer, and then I got it for free once it came out on the Quest because I already bought it for the computer. So it has crossplay, and then you got things like Echo VR. Echo VR is completely free, and it's crazy. Like it's like Rocket League, but with frisbee, and you're flying through the air. Like what I mean? It's nuts. But like people like Lane, he couldn't handle that game. I mean, there's a lot, like, for any of you who haven't played VR, if you are looking to play VR, don't do it if you get motion sickness. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it is interesting. You're like Rob said, your equilibrium is completely just goes. You know what I mean? You have to know. When I first loaded it up, man, I was so, like, I couldn't handle anything that involved heights. Anything like that. Like I played that Richie's Plank experience. That game like really fucking shattered my brain. I was like, dude, holy shit. Like and you fly around, it has like a superhero mode where you fly around the entire city. And then when you go to like land on, it's nuts. Like it feels so odd. And then, the Echo VR, you're flying through, there's no gravity in the room that you're in, and you fly, you have boosters on your wrists and you fly and you're playing frisbee and you're trying to get it in the goal. And your body is moving and you're standing in one spot. You know what I mean? It like Lane couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? He's like, I can't play that game. And I was like, that's cool. Don't worry about it. But like Arkham VR, that game, I just sat down the entire time I played it. It requires no movement. Yeah.
Now I've played three official games because I played some of the free stuff that comes on it as well. Obviously the Vader Immortal, and I'm just going to say all the chapters are one game essentially. So I played Vader Immortal, I played some Super Hot, and I played Beat Saber.
I hate Super Hot.
I don't mind it. I mean, once you understand the mechanics behind it and understand, like, if you move, time moves. If you stop, time stops.
Oh, it's a great game.
Slower time moves, like that kind of stuff. It's so interesting and different. It's fun. Like my fiance has played it probably more than I have. She has a blast with it. I know that my fiance's brother has come over and played that. I think he played it for like an hour and a half the one day nonstop. He was just playing it constantly. I think he finally stopped when the battery on the Oculus started dying. So
you like escape rooms?
I do. I've been really hoping to find a good escape room game and a good horror game. Those are the two things that I really want to get for that.
Listen, you should invest in The Room VR, a Dark Matter. It's it's so cool. It's like truly like it really challenged me. And it was like, it's good looking and like it's a deep game and like, man, it is so fun. Like that. And as far as horror games go, I think that one I recommended to you, Affected the Manor. It's like $10.
I haven't gotten it yet. I might actually get that this week.
Well, and then there's Lies Beneath. In that game, you might really like Lies Beneath even more. It's like shit, I forget the name of it. It's cell shaded. It looks like you're in a comic book.
Okay.
And it's a horror game, and it is fucking mortifying. Like, you know, I played it like one day when it first came out, and I was like, dude, this is a fucking crazy game. And it is like, it's horrifying, but it's an actual game. Like, it's not. Affected the Manor is basically like a haunted house.
Okay.
Like, you have to follow where the house tells you to go, and you know, you do a couple things. You have a flashlight that turns on and off, and the various things, and jump scares, and yada yada yada. But there's like, you know, the last exorcism, and there's Face Your Fears, and there's a lot. But The Room, dude, that shit is banging.
Yeah, I have to try that out. Beat Saber, man. It always looked interesting to me. It really did. I was a huge Guitar Hero fan when Guitar Hero and Rock Band were a thing. I loved those games. It was a lot of fun. But whenever I saw previews for Beat Saber, I always looked at it. I was like, I need to try that. I have to try that. And I quickly became addicted to that game. Quickly.
Oh yeah.
You know, and even some of the songs get played out pretty quickly. Luckily, they have some decent music packs, but they don't have as many as they should. I wish they had more. But yeah, I mean, it's so much fun, and it is. Look, if you're looking for a workout, you put on Expert.
Oh yeah,
it's a freaking workout,
dude. Have you done Fitbeat yet?
No, I've heard of that.
Shit,
yeah.
Man.
But yeah, the Saber Beat, man, like that game, after 3 songs, I'm sweating. Like I am in a pool of sweat after 3 or 4 songs. I'm just like, this is insane, but it's so much fun, and I don't want to stop playing it. Like I just want to keep playing it all the time. But then I feel bad because if, you know, my fiance's in the room or my son's in the room and they're like, I want to play, I'm like, fine, here.
Hey man, my wife bought her own Oculus. After the first like month I had one, she's like, I'm buying my own. I'm like, that's cool. That's fine. It's cool because we can play shit together. You know what I mean? We do.
Yeah.
We play Walkabout Mini Golf together all the time. It's great. That is a fun ass game.
I have to. That's another one you told me to get. I think my fiance's son, I think he'll really like that. He's 6 or 7 now. I can't remember. Yeah, I have 6 kids. I have to remember ages for it. It's tough.
But my stepdaughter's 5, man, and she plays that shit all the time.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. He has fun with Beat Saber. Obviously, we turn a lot of the modifiers on, but yeah, he enjoys it. My son's good at it too. But, man, there's speaking of my son, this is my son Chase here.
Oh, really? I was gonna say another good one. It's real cheap if you want to just like dabble in escape room type stuff. It's called Please Don't Touch Anything. It's like $7 or $7.99, and it's like, it's a little clunky, but it's really fun and it's superiorly entertaining, and it is hard as shit, dude. Like it is it's fun though. Like it's a good time.
So we're talking about the games. The games are great. You know, I mean, I've played a few of the games. You've played way more than I have, but that's kind of my next question is, what do you think the longevity of VR is? Is it worth it? Like today, you know, you could pick up an Oculus Quest 2, you can pick up for $300 today. That's probably the cheapest quality VR that you're going to get right now.
I think it depends on what kind of person you are.
Because, you know, I sit here and with video game consoles out the ass right now, you know, you got your Switch, you got the Xbox, the 2 different Xboxes, you got your 2 different PlayStations, Oculus now. Obviously, PlayStation has their own VR that you can get if you have a PlayStation. But what is the question is, what is the longevity of it? Is it something that is going to be worth getting? Is it going to be something that's going to last? You know, this Quest 2, how long is it going to last? Like, we got it And you know, I justify this saying if we get 2 years out of this, I think it was a good purchase. You know, 2 years of, you know, constant play, you know, not every day, but, you know, getting enjoyment out of it. If it lasts 2 years, that's great. But that's just the system. How long is VR going to last? What do you think? Like, do you think it's going to continue? Do you think it's something that people should invest in and say, you know what, I'm going to get, what is the best Oculus? Is it the Rift? The best one?
No, you have it.
No, that is the best one.
The Quest 2 is the flagship console.
Oh, I didn't know that was the flagship. I thought the ones that connected to the computer were the flagship.
This one is that now.
Okay.
This one is replacing the Rift. The Rift is out.
Okay.
The Quest 1 is out. The Rift is out. This one is the standard going forward. By all standards and practices, you have one of the best VR headsets on the market. That's, you know, based off the hardware that's in there, the updatability of it, the, you know, whatever can happen in the future. But I honestly, man, to answer your question, and the Big Short is that I think that it is just beginning, and I think that the longevity of it is just going to go skyrocketing because the Quest 2 sales are off the charts. You know, they can't keep it on the shelves. You know, even
the pandemic did help that.
You're right. The pandemic did help that. But even so, like, you know what I mean? You know how many people I've met in VR, you know, just playing like free shit, like VR chat, alt space. I played a game called Sansar, you know what I mean? Where you're just like in worlds, you know what I mean? In world, and people are just hanging out, you know what I mean? Yeah. Creating avatars, doing this, exactly what Ready Player One does. Like, you know, all the best parts about Ready Player One, like that exists. You know what I mean? It might not be like Ready Player One. It might not look like it does in the movie, but like it's there, man. Like if you have a good connection and you got nothing to do, you're gonna meet some people in VR. Like I met a bunch of cool people there. Like and I've attended movies. Like, you know, I watched like WandaVision in VR, like in a drive-in theater. Rec Room, dude. Rec Room is one of the funnest games. It's free. Your kids will love it. You can play paintball. You can play laser tag. You can, you know, play Minecraft. You can play Fall Guys. Like, you know, anything you want. There's hundreds and hundreds of like maps. You know what I mean? Of just people doing whatever. I played I think it was just like what's like PvP, just like a regular PvP. Whatever. You just have random weapons like I chased a dude with a frying pan for like 30 minutes straight, and he got all like fucked off of me. But like, you know, it's fun. Like there's a lot going on in there, and it's a lot of it costs nothing. And the stuff that does cost stuff, you know, it's not, you know, you're not paying more than the most expensive VR game I paid for was $40, and it was trash. I returned it. That was Marvel United or Marvel Powers United or something like that. It was really cool, but like just ultimately bad. But you know, you're not paying a whole lot, and you get a lot of fun out of it. And I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm hoping that it's worth it. Like I am really hoping that you know, Beat Saber, while I love it, you know, Vader Immortal, I have one more chapter to play. After that, I got to find something else to jump into, and I'm hoping that I can find some things that really keep me invested in it. Because like I said, if 2 years, I think it'll, you know, of constant play of enjoyment out of it, I think it'll be worth it.
Just listen, as long as your bank account permits it, you can try something, or you can buy something, try it 2 hours, and then return it. You know what I mean? And it's super easy to do. Just right on the Oculus app, you can get on there and return it. I've done it literally hundreds of times. It takes like 2 days to come back, you know, to get your money back. But like, make sure that you are doing it, because if you don't, then you can't get your money back for it. But like something like Arkham VR, man, that game's 2 hours long. I bought it, played it, returned it the same day. Like, you know what I mean? And it's great. I thought it was awesome, but it doesn't have a lot of VR does not have replayability, and that sucks.
And that's my big concern with it.
It doesn't have a lot of it. And it, like The Room, I love it. It's so cool. But like, I'm gonna have to go back in like 2 years to play it again. Like it's all that fresh, and like the puzzles are hard. You try, and you know what I mean? And you get them, and then before you know it, you're done. And then I'm like, okay, well, that was fun. And that was $30. And you know what I mean? You're not going to hop back into it. So I archive them, you know what I mean? Like I'll come back to it when I want to. One, you have the ones that you constantly have that you want to show friends, like another weird one. If you like Rick and Morty, do you like Rick and Morty?
Yeah, not really.
Okay, well, if you're not into that kind of comedy, then that game's not for you. But Accounting Plus is what it's called. It's fucking crazy. It's so weird. Like, it's one of the weirdest games ever, but totally like interesting, and it's all really, really heavy Rick and Morty base. But even the Rick and Morty VR game, like, interesting. Like, I thought it was awesome. But like Job Simulator, man, my kids love Job Simulator. Vacation Simulator, you know what I mean? Like, fucking love it. Like Cookout, those games are like $15 and they love it, but they'll play it all day, you know what I mean?
Hey, my son's saying he likes Rick and Morty. No, you're not watching Rick and Morty, you're too young for that.
Well, Rob's son, Job Simulator is a child-safe game, and it is made by the creators of Rick and Morty, and it has that kind of humor while being safe for children to play and enjoy. And I find a lot of enjoyment out of them.
He says, "I'm Job Simon Vacay Sim." I guess he's saying I've played it. I don't know. I don't think he knows how to use a keyboard. I mean, he is 11, so I don't know what his problem is. But
they're great games. I mean, if you have the chance to play them, definitely, give it a shot. VR chat is another. It's good. There's a lot going on in VR. Yeah,
my kids do that too. Yeah. No, I definitely. Thanks for stopping by. I actually want to. I want to get a really deep, in-depth discussion of VR once I get more experience myself into it.
Keep trying, man.
Yeah, but what's going on, guys? Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And for more, hit subscribe with that little notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.